Hi, my name is Jaclyn Kennard, and I'm here to talk to you today about COVID-19 and its impact on the judicial system and the practice of law in the United States. So it is now April 2020, and we are in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic has forced the closure of many places around the United States and has brought the country almost to a full stop. But it is important to keep some things moving forward, and especially the justice system. People will always commit crimes, they will breach contracts, they will want to get divorced, maybe more so now than ever. And if anything, there's an increased demand on the judicial system. But what we need to do is to balance keeping the judicial system moving forward with keeping the public safe. And this has forced court hearings to go online. Now, this has been a tremendous change for the legal profession because lawyers and judges have done things almost the same way they've done them for hundreds of years, which is mostly in person or on paper. And we don't very often do legal hearings online, but we really don't have a choice. And in fact, we haven't had a disruption like this since 1918 during the Spanish flu epidemic. So in the US, most non-essential hearings have been canceled, and most essential hearings are now being heard online using video conference platforms such as Zoom. But there are some problems with moving the judicial system online, and let's talk about them. First and foremost, constitutional considerations. Criminal defendants are afforded many rights under the US Constitution, including due process rights, rights to a trial by jury, and the right to a speedy and public trial. However, trials are now getting backlogged, which are creating more and more due process and speedy trial issues. There's also the difficulty of having a public trial when you're using a video conference platform such as Zoom. For prisoners, the issue is even more complicated. Not only are their trials becoming delayed, which are creating constitutional issues, which we just discussed, but now there are more people going into jails than are coming out, as trials are being more and more delayed. This is resulting in increasing overcrowding at jails, which is making social distancing more difficult, which is creating a safety issue because it's creating more and more vulnerability to COVID-19 outbreaks at jails. So some US prisons in response are releasing their nonviolent offenders to release the valve. And there are also issues with having a trial online using a video conference platform. As anybody who has used Zoom knows, if 3 people are speaking at the same time, you can only hear one person at a time. And this might not be difficult for an office meeting, but when you're having a trial, it can create some serious problems. You can't hear an attorney's objections, you can't hear the judge, you might not be able to hear a witness speak. And this can affect what evidence gets entered into trial and could potentially prejudice a trial. So Zoom is not really a perfect solution. So let's talk about the future implications of COVID-19 on the legal profession and on the judicial system. Will more court hearings take place from home? If you'd asked me that question 6 months ago, I would have said absolutely not. But now that we've adapted, Zoom seems to be a convenient, more cost-effective, and safer option to public meetings and court hearings. However, they're not a perfect solution, as we've talked about, but they are the only solution we have at this moment. So maybe it's possible that in the future, a specific platform will be developed for the legal profession and for the judicial system to address our needs. And there's no doubt that now we've adapted, that there will be lasting changes to the legal profession and to the judicial system. So thank you for tuning in, and stay well.